right, with Jace Tubbs today, and I just thought, man, we're several days, Jace, into the COVID-19 era, and actually a few weeks already in, and I just wanted to meet with you for a few minutes and kind of see how things are going for you, and both personally, family-wise, but also ministry-wise. So first of all, just talk about how this has impacted you personally and your family.
Yeah, so family-wise, it's been a little crazy at times. Just kids being at home. I think Missy's got the brunt of that, and being at home with them, and with kids trying to figure out what school's going to be like if they're going back to school, and AJ's trying to figure out the whole Zoom process. They've been Zooming with some of their classmates, and so
that's awesome.
He's getting to have some social interaction that way, which has been good for him. It's been fun.
Now remind us of the ages of your kids.
Yeah, AJ's 9, Asa is 6, and Paul David's 2.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and Missy gets the brunt of that. I'm still coming to work,
sure,
and so trying to give her some relief every now and then. But it's been good overall.
All right, awesome, man. Anything unusual? Anything humorous? I know with those three boys, I'm sure there have been some things. So,
yeah, there's been a lot of
anything comes to mind.
A lot of things as far as especially wrestling matches and sword fights and all those kind of things. One of the things that we did love. Missy put this on Facebook, but even Asa, as we were watching church on Sunday, was taking notes, and you can't necessarily make out what he's saying unless you understand the lingo. But he was, just to see him taking notes in that, and us doing kind of family worship. It's been a blast. And so trying to keep them all in the same room is sometimes difficult, even with church. But
sure.
It's working well.
I'll tell you what. I saw that on Facebook. That was really awesome. I love the fact that Missy posted that, and I think that's really cool that your kids are focusing and paying attention to that as much as they can.
Yeah.
And I think that is. I think that's outstanding. So with those three boys. I guess just the fact no broken bones and no stitches, you're ahead of the game.
That's a great thing. And, Paul David came in and said, Daddy's on TV when he saw us doing our
awesome.
Facebook Live. So that's
awesome.
feel like a movie star.
Well, I tell you what, we'll pray for you. And you have a better idea of what families with young children are kind of going through right now as well. What about ministry in terms of, you're the student pastor at our church, and how's this impacted ministry, and what changes have you made there?
Yeah, it's been interesting, to say the least. We are a relational-based student ministry. We love relationships and build relationships, and when you're not in contact with each other, that gets hard, and it's been challenging. Just trying to be creative in meeting students where they're at, and putting resources in their hands to continue discipleship and continue to feel like we're family and we're reaching out, and thankfully I got a great group of small group leaders, a great group of youth workers who are doing a great job of helping me reach out to them, and I'm trying to pour into them as they continue to pour into students. But it's been hard. Teaching to a video or a phone or a computer is a lot, as you know.
I know
is a lot more difficult than live interaction, and but all in all, I think it's working fairly well, and I think we're staying engaged with students pretty well.
So, are you guys using Zoom? Is that's your primary thing?
Well, we are using almost any platform we can find at this point. Our small group are doing Zoom, so we're still meeting at different times than typical on Sunday mornings. But our small group leaders are using Zoom to meet with their small group classes, and we're doing Facebook Live for our Wednesday night teaching and Zoom for living room. And so we go from a small group of 8 to 10 to we tried Zoom on one night with almost 30, and that got a little difficult.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So we do Facebook and just recording a video and just trying to interact with comments, and so
awesome. So you're still doing you're doing small groups. Your leaders are handling that kind of on their own, and then you're doing the living room, which is Sunday night.
Which is Sunday nights. Yep.
And then Wednesday night kind of has always been one of the big things for student ministry. So you guys are still doing that as well.
Yeah, still teaching, still walking through Moses and looking at what the story of Moses and how that affects, and just the idea of following God and leading others. And this time it's been a relative study, and then also talking about plagues, which fit in really well.
It does fit. That's for sure.
COVID-19.
That's for sure. This is, I know you always encourage your students to invite their friends and others to come physically to be in the building when you guys are meeting. Is that, I assume maybe that's even more possible with some of what you're doing now, or is it not? And how can they do that? If they've got friends maybe that are not connected with the church or don't know the Lord, can they invite them to join in with some of those digital, virtual opportunities? And how do they do that?
They can, absolutely, especially just hitting the share button on Facebook makes it easy. It's an easy way to get them plugged in. And then they could send that link to Zoom out with their small groups. Hey, join me with small groups for a little while and just kind of meet some other people and And so I'm sure for them it's a little awkward. I mean,
Sure,
which I mean, I think it's a little awkward for everybody right now. Just it's a different format. But it does give that avenue of really easy. Hey, just come and check it out for a few minutes. Or
You know, one of the things that I thought about with that, you know, adults are this way too, but kids and students, I think maybe more so, are nervous about coming to a church building,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
particularly where we're located with the hub, where it is. You have to walk in a door and walk around a
Yeah,
corner and go into a room, and that can be a little intimidating. But maybe clicking onto a Zoom or checking in there might be a little less intimidating.
Right.
So maybe this is an opportunity to reach some new students, and hopefully that'll be the case. So, well, I appreciate it, Jace. We don't know how long this is going to last. And I appreciate the fact that you're still engaging with your students, and Jace is really doing some creative things, and I appreciate that, and still kind of thinking outside the box, and I appreciate that. At some point, we're gonna come back together. At some point, this is going to be over, and so. What does that look like for you? Any changes? Or are you just excited about getting back to the kind of the norm, but hopefully with some new enthusiasm? What are your thoughts on that at this point?
Yeah, we always evaluate. So always seeing how is this working better, and what have we learned from this? And so we're trying to evaluate that now when we do come back. But man, I can't wait to get back, just to be able to give students fives and see them face to face and check on things, how they're going, and a little less formal kind of way than a phone call or even a text message. But it's gonna be a fun experience. And so we're already thinking about how that first Wednesday night, especially back in that first Sunday morning, what can we do just to kind of make it a special environment and a special thing. But man, I can't wait to get back with students.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're looking forward to that as well. Jason, man, we appreciate you. How can we pray for you guys?
Yeah, just pray that as we continue to evaluate and plan, pray that God would dictate those things and show us the things we need to do differently, and show us the things we need to stop or the things we need to start. And that's always a goal. And so that's the biggest way you can pray for us.
Fantastic, man. Hey, pray for Jace, missing those boys. Pray for our student ministry, and continue to lift them up as we go through this process. Thank you, Jace. We appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Johnny.
Awesome. You bet.